What if I told you that where you work as a CRNA could mean a difference of over $100,000 per year? I'm not exaggerating. CRNAs in Montana earn $278,000. In Alabama, $175,000. That's almost 60% more for the exact same job. Today, I'm breaking down CRNA salaries across all 50 states. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which states pay the most, why rural areas often beat big cities, and where your paycheck goes the furthest after cost of living. Let's dive in. Before we get into the state-by-state breakdown, let's look at the national picture for 2026. The national median salary for CRNAs is $205,770. That puts nurse anesthetists among the highest-paid nursing professionals in the country. The 25th percentile earns about $178,000. The 75th percentile, $239,000. And the top 10% are making over $280,000 per year. Now, if you're working hourly, that's about $99 per hour on average. But here's where it gets interesting. Your actual salary depends heavily on where you practice. All right, let's count down the top 10 highest-paying states for CRNAs. Number 10, New Hampshire, at $243,250. New Hampshire is an opt-out state, meaning CRNAs can practice independently, which drives up demand. Number 9, Nevada, $245,790. Las Vegas and Reno have growing healthcare markets competing for talent. Number 8, Minnesota, $249,000. Number 7, Iowa, $250,950. Number 6, North Dakota, $253,000. Now we're in the top 5. These states are the cream of the crop. Number 5, California, at $255,120. High cost of living, but we'll talk about that later. Number 4, Oregon, $256,540. Number 3, Wisconsin, $259,670. Number 2, Wyoming, $268,620. And the number 1 highest paying state for CRNAs in 2026, Montana, $278,830. That's $134 per hour. Notice something interesting? These aren't the states most people think of as high-paying. No New York, no Texas at the top. The highest-paying states are mostly rural, Midwestern and mountain states, and there's a reason for that. Before I explain why, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. The lowest-paying states for CRNAs are mostly in the southeast. Alabama is at the bottom with $175,000. Then Mississippi at $179,000. Louisiana, Arkansas, Kentucky, Oklahoma, West Virginia, all under $200,000. Now, before you write these states off, there's important context. Even the lowest CRNA salary is still over 3 times the national median income. You're earning well anywhere. But if you want to maximize your income, the difference is significant. So why does Montana pay almost 60% more than Alabama for the same credential? There are 4 main factors. First, rural versus urban dynamics. This surprises a lot of people, but rural states often pay more because there are fewer anesthesia providers available. Hospitals in places like Montana and Wyoming are competing hard for limited talent. They can't just post a job and get 50 applicants like in New York City. Second, scope of practice laws. States with opt-out status, where CRNAs can practice independently without physician supervision, tend to pay more. Montana, Wyoming, Iowa, Wisconsin, Oregon, all opt-out states. Rural hospitals in these states can hire CRNAs without requiring an anesthesiologist on staff, which increases demand. Third, anesthesiologist competition. States with fewer anesthesiologists per capita rely more on CRNAs. Less competition, more bargaining power, higher salaries. And fourth, cost of living, but this one cuts both ways. California pays well partly because housing costs are insane, but Montana pays even more with a much lower cost of living. And that brings me to maybe the most important part of this video. Where does your money actually go the furthest? Because a $255,000 salary in San Francisco might have less purchasing power than $220,000 in Iowa. The best value states combine high salaries with low cost of living. Montana, $278,000 salary, cost of living 6% below national average. Wyoming, $268,000, 8% below average cost of living. Iowa, $250,000, 11% below average. Wisconsin, $259,000, 9% below average. Kansas, $241,000, 13% below average. In these states, your $300,000 home gets you 4 bedrooms and a big yard. Try that in Los Angeles. So what do you do with this information? If you're still choosing where to apply to CRNA school, consider programs in high-paying states. You might stay for your first job. If you're flexible on location, seriously look at rural and opt-out states. The salary boost plus lower cost of living is a powerful combination. If you're negotiating a job offer, know your state's market. If you're in a top 10 state, you have leverage. Use the data. And if you're in a lower-paying state but love where you live, that's okay too. Quality of life isn't just about money, but at least now you're making an informed choice. Let's recap the key takeaways. 1. Location can mean a $100,000 difference in your CRNA salary. 2. Rural and opt-out states often pay more than big cities. 3. The best value combines high salary with low cost of living. Think Montana, Wyoming, Iowa, Wisconsin. 4. Know your market when negotiating. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. I post new CRNA career content every week. And drop a comment below. What state are you planning to work in? Check the description for links to our full salary database and school finder at crnatracker.com. Thanks for watching and good luck on your CRNA.